It's a great time to start an AI business, and let me show you why. I'm typing /CMO here. And what this is going to do is invoke a CMO orchestrator in Claude Code that is designed to guide me through marketing workflows. If you'll notice, it's reading certain files here as it gets up to speed, a brand invoice guide, a brand JSON, company profile, ICPs, and effectively what this CMO agent is doing is reading my brand's second brain. And that's what enables it to understand who the brand is and enables me to get going without having to fuss about entering context or gathering materials or being consistent. The CMO then presents a series of options, which is built into the directions. I can say quick start, and all of this material is accessible in the same folder that the project lives in. And I just created a little Markdown file viewer so it's easy to browse. But all of these files are effectively a brand marketing second brain for my brand. And the thing that didn't occur to me until much later was the real value of what I'm delivering is in this knowledge, not so much the way that it's being used. What I've learned is that instead of starting here with a workflow, if you start here with a knowledge base or a second brain, you're setting yourself up for a much better client relationship, and there's virtually no technical experience required. If we haven't met, my name's Adam. I run viableedge.com, where I work with small businesses, teams, and individuals on building custom AI systems. I also just launched a brand knowledge base as a service at viableedge.com, which I'm now using as my tool to develop context for clients. But you can get started with something as simple as a folder of Markdown files. And let me show you why that is. A lot of people, when they think about AI practitioners, you think about AI and the tools and the shiny objects. But what I've learned, and sometimes the hard way, is that best AI projects are the ones that don't focus on AI. They're the ones that focus on the core business challenge. What is the challenge that this client is looking to solve, and how can I help them solve that? And in order to answer that question, there needs to be a discovery journey that is designed for you to extract all of that information. And if that is done well, you are setting yourself up to build a well-managed and structured second brain. And an overview of what that looks like is when I first encounter a prospect, a lot of those prospects want to get right into the fun stuff. And so do I, to be honest. And, you want to spend a little bit of time nerding out and breaking the ice. But the goal of this first prospect call is to really identify that one point of friction. Where is the client stuck in the mud? Why are they on the phone with you? Why are they out there looking for something? A lot of clients know that AI can help their problem. Some of them think that it can solve their problem. How I like to frame this is AI is not a solution. It's more of a tool that can help get you to a solution. Through a discovery and onboarding process, we dig into that challenge and we put more definition around it. Understand the different inputs and outputs related to the challenge. What are the pain points? Who are the people involved? The dependencies. Is work repeated? Is it repeated unnecessarily? How do these challenges ladder up to the company goals or objectives? And through a process like this, with the benefit of AI, you come out of this journey with enough information to establish some kind of architecture for a knowledge base. And while that may sound complicated, it's actually extremely simple and requires no technical experience. What I've learned is that you can really distill a lot of client data and information down to 7 primary types: a snapshot, the people and the contacts, ongoing conversations, rules, preferences, history, decisions and rationale, and then open loops and commitments. And all of this ladders up to what I call the spine, which is that core pulse of the business, the North Star that everyone in the business is ultimately driving. In my experience, these are annual goals or objectives, right? You can connect a dot from anything that the business is doing to its objectives. And that's a good way to think about the spine. So coming back to this chart, we establish an architecture. We establish our spine, which is our North Star that every piece of data in the business is going to connect to in some form. We build a structured body of context that makes logical sense, where all of the different components of context connect and fit together in some way. We can use a harness and an AI to activate it, like Claude Code. And then we can set up a way to hand this off to the client. But The real value here is with a second brain or knowledge base, you've done the groundwork to enable the development of workflows that can leverage it. My background is in marketing. A lot of my client engagements are marketing flavored. And so I've developed a methodology for building brand marketing second brains that I've used to develop the Viable Edge. So instead of starting over every time, I built a knowledge base as a service that I use myself for my own client engagements. And if you want to check it out, you can subscribe to this at viableedge.com. But where I started was with simple Markdown files. And the Markdown files that you can start with can look as simple as this. And the core components are all here. If we look at the audit, those are documenting the inputs, starting to map the architecture, highlighting the points of friction. In working copy, that's our spine, our snapshot, all the way to loops. Those are the 7 different data points that I mentioned earlier. Under tests are the retrieval tests. The rest is self-explanatory, but even just a very simple implementation like this will make all the difference for a small business that is starting from 0 AI systems. And I'm sure anyone who's paying attention hears a lot about vector databases and RAG and advanced methodologies of context retrieval. And all of that is certainly relevant and important, but is not required to get started. And when you're working with simple Markdown files like this, the path to evolve into those methods and the path to scale what you can deliver as a second brain or knowledge base is right in front of you. So I built a course based on the knowledge that I wish I could give myself if I can go back in time 2 years and start over. The course covers 10 modules, including how to audit, how to build, how to price and package, includes templates and examples, and access to a private Slack community where everyone, including myself, is hanging out, comparing notes, and building together. The course is available right now at $497 until July 27th, where the price is going to go up to $697. Anyone who joins in the first week will have an opportunity to work with me directly on making improvements and making sure that everything in the course is clear, valuable, and that it truly sets you up for launching your own AI business. If you like this, I invite you to like and subscribe. It goes a long way. And thank you so much for watching.